What's going on, guys? It's Eddie with DIY Basics. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Christmas lights. It's that time of year. People are starting to decorate their homes with the Christmas lights, and just wanted to go over a system that I use that's very versatile, very user-friendly, and it allows you to get a professional looking installation. So what I use is an 18 gauge commercial wire, has C9 sockets for C9 bulbs. It's also called SPT1. It comes in an SPT2 as well, and the difference between the 1 and the 2 is just the thickness and the insulation. So if you live in a colder climate, the SPT2 will be a little thicker and it will allow it to withstand the elements a little bit better, so it doesn't get brittle with the expansion and contraction from the weather, and eventually break apart and minimize its longevity. But the SPT1, if you're in warmer climates, it's perfectly fine. So like I said, I like to use this SPT1 18 gauge C9 system. So they sell the rolls by like 500 foot, 1,000 foot. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them various places, and I like to get that. I also get my bulbs, which are the C9 bulbs. You want to get yourself a set of plugs depending on what configuration you're going to use, how many runs you're going to have. You want to make sure you have plenty of females and plenty of males. I also use a regular piece of just bare wire, also SPT1, for the purposes of running power in between my sections of lighting, and also running power to a power source. The important thing is for everything to be SPT1, from the wire that has the sockets to the extra wire to your plugs. Everything has to be SPT1. This way it doesn't fight each other, because the SPT2 is thicker. So if you're using SPT1 plugs with SPT2, it might be a little bit more difficult to make the connections. So just keep that in mind. All right, so real simple. What we would do is normally you'd run a section of lighting. Wherever you're gonna start running light, just start with a male end. So that's where you would be hooking power up to in the end when you're ready to light everything up. So let's talk about these connections and how they work. So what makes them so versatile is that, like I said, you can pretty much cut a section of wire wherever you need it. If you came up to the end of a run, you would just cut it right here, and then you can install one of these plugs whether you're requiring a female or a male, and they actually install very easily. All right, guys, so if you saw one of my previous videos, you'll remember that we have to identify the hot side from the neutral side. And if you look at this wire closely, the rib side is always going to be your neutral. All right, so these plugs work the same way, and the way we identify our neutral, it's going to be by the wider prong. The wider prong is always the neutral. Some of these will have an indicator for a rib side, but very rare. So it's best to just understand that your wider side is going to be your rib side. So when you flip it over and you look inside, you can see that that prong is sticking up on the right side of this opening here, of this slot. So you move it, you see this is the wide side. The prong is on the right side. Technically, this prong would be on the left side. So when you insert this wire, you want to make sure that your rib side is on the right. You insert it. There's a side that's open and there's a side that's closed. Okay, so you want to start out with the rib side to the right, consistent with where the neutral side is on the plug. You stick it in there, you fold it back, you put pressure on it, and you fold it and you put pressure into the slot. Then you take one of these caps. As you can see, one side is closed and one side is fully open. You use the fully open side, you slide it over, and you simply push it into place until it closes up. And now you have a male connection, and it's just that simple. So in this scenario here, this piece of wire would be an extension that I would be creating between sections of lighting. So the female plug serves two purposes. You can use it as an end plug, same as before. You can see that our neutral is on the right hand side, and when you look inside, the prong for the right hand side is on the right. you take your wire and make sure your rib side is to the right. You stick it in, you fold it over, and you cap it as we indicated earlier. It can also be used inline. So if you wanted to just basically steal power from anywhere on the run so you can run to a new location of wire, you basically take this cap and you snap it off, and now you lay the wire inside with the rib side to the right, nothing changes. Okay, rib side to the right, just on a flat like that. You push it in really nice and hard and you slide a cap in. Okay, and then you can take another piece of extension wire with a male and go from this point to your new section of light. It's very, very flexible, and it helps to make the jobs look very professional. Not to mention, once you set up your system for the first time, you'll be able to just label everything, put everything away, and the following seasons are so much easier to just pull the bags out. You know where you're going to start. You know what your extensions are for. You know what your connection points are for, and everything goes really smoothly. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a happy holiday. Thanks.